Let's go to Dan, who's a Liverpool fan. All right, Dan?
Dan?
Evening, lads. You all right?
Yeah, good, Dan. Look, you got the result tonight. You brushed aside Rangers, really. But Nunez, for me, struggling in front of goal.
To be honest, I think he was one of the best players on the pitch tonight. He was involved in absolutely everything. His link-up play was absolutely top draw.
He can't score, Dan.
He was unlucky. He had a few chances that were saved by the keeper, and there were some good saves as well. And I turned to my mate at half time, and I said, "We're going to get in the car, and O'Hara's going to be tearing straight into him, saying Nunez can't score, Nunez can't hit a barn door and whatnot." But he was one of the best players on the pitch. I haven't seen officially who got man of the match, but I wouldn't be surprised.
McGregor got man of the match for Rangers.
Yeah, well, that says it all. Because Nunez was peppering, and he was unlucky not to get a goal. But
not ruthless enough, though, Dan. He's not ruthless enough.
You can't really talk about his form because he hasn't been given the chances. He came on 4 minutes at the weekend. He had 3 game suspension, which is obviously his own fault. And I think there's a little bit of after that, there was obviously a little bit of a trust thing from Klopp. He didn't want to throw him straight back in and whatnot. And his history shows he doesn't want to throw new signings straight into the firing line. But on tonight's showing, I think he's going to be all right. And I'd be surprised if he didn't start against Arsenal because he was one of the better players on the pitch.
Got to take his chances, though. That's the point we're making.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That's the point we're making, really. It's at that level.
Same thing with all. Yeah, but I mean, Harry Kane's gone through. How many Augusts was it in a row before that Harry Kane didn't score? And I mean, if he was a brand new player into the Premier League, you'd be saying the same thing about him.
Dan, you can't be comparing the two. I mean, that's not the best. Look, the reason I've used Mane scores again tonight. Mane in that position punished teams. That's where Liverpool last season would probably get 4s and 5s against Rangers. This season, it's a little bit underwhelming. At 2-0. That game is not over, and Rangers had a couple of half chances towards the end.
Yeah, they did.
I get that.
They're the games you've got. You paid a huge amount. Just saying, and I said, you're not wrong because he has just joined Liverpool. It's a huge football club, massive fee, and he hasn't quite yet reached the level of Mane, and that's tough because Mane was one of the very, very best at Liverpool, one of the best in not just this country, across Europe. So he's got a long way to go. But the point we're talking is, if you play up against in a knockout stage and he gets 2 chances in a game, he got to bury one of those. That's all we're saying.
No, I get that, but also the team we had out last season was a very different team, and it's clear that we're lacking in creativity in midfield this season. And I mean, tonight there was no real sort of structured formation. We played Diaz, Salah, Nunez, and Jota, and it was almost just chuck them all on, and they'll be too good for Rangers. But
well, you were.
That just leaves we were in the end. But yeah, I mean that just leaves Henderson and Thiago in midfield, which against sort of better Premier League teams, that's not enough. That's not going to be enough creativity, is it? So,
no, it's a clean sheet at home, 2-0 win. Move on. It's
you take it. Champions League, 3 points.
Of course you do. But if you really want to analyse the game, you're looking at Nunez and you're saying need him now to start racking those goals up. Not just for games like this where you can bury it, where the game can be over. But you mentioned against Arsenal at the week. Imagine going on the back of scoring 2 goals tonight.
Yeah, he's going to the game full of confidence, and he's still looking for it. Let's go to Mal, who's a Rangers fan. Mal.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah, all right, Mel. What did you make of it tonight? McGregor outstanding for you, but a little bit out of your depth.
Well, a wee bit out of our depth, but what was really worrying for me is that, one, we didn't turn up again at times, giving Liverpool too much respect, too much space in the pitch. I think there was chances in the game where we could have created chances. The substitutes that came on were great and all the rest of it, but I'm telling you right now, as a Liverpool fan, I would be really, really worried that Thursday next week you can call me back and say, well, we heard it from Mal first, because Klopp will be out the door. I'm being serious. He will be out that door. They're going to lose against Arsenal. They're going to lose against Rangers at Ibrox next week. Then they've got to go to they're home to Man City.
Tell you what, Mel, that's a hell of a crystal ball you've got there, mate.
I'm telling you now.
So you reckon they're going to lose the next 3 on the bounce, Mel? The next 3 games?
I'm telling you now, I'm going to put the lottery on because Klopp's out the door. And I tell you one thing, Stevie G is not the answer. So they can look at maybe Chelsea's manager, who they lost, I can't remember his name, but he might be next in there for Liverpool. But at the end of the day, guys, as a Liverpool fan, wake up and smell the cheese. I would be worried. Liverpool only scored tonight from set pieces.
No, that's a very good point. Yeah, they did. A brilliant free kick from Trent and a penalty, which was a penalty.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Does he answer his critics a little bit, Trent, tonight?
It's always nice to score when you're under a little bit of pressure, isn't it? You know, it's a brilliant.
It's a hell of a goal.
Yeah, but when he put the ball down, that free kick was only going one place for me. I mean, McGregor's. I don't think his positional sense was great, but he ain't stopping. No, I'm just saying. No, but you look at
why he got it in for Trent.
It's a brilliant free kick.
It's an unbelievable.
It's a brilliant free kick.
He's nestled one in the top corner.
No, he's not saving that.
You put it straight out of the ground.
Yeah, like
he's
I said,
blaming McGregor.
They're called thermal. No, listen, it's always nice. I see when he came off. You saw, I think it was Henderson was behind to give him a pat on the back, because he's had a tricky last week and a half, hasn't he? Both on international duty,
he's been
and at the weekend as well. So, yes, it'll be very satisfied tonight.